Morning. It is Wednesday morning, December 11th. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. It's a beautiful morning, but it is going to be at times a stormy day. Today, calling for impact weather from about 10 o'clock this morning to 2 o'clock this afternoon as a line of showers and thunder showers is moving our direction today. So just a heads up, my friends, it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to deal with a little bit of stormy weather. So it's going to be, frankly, a kind of a busy little coffee talk as we track the threat for today. First and foremost, wanted to get you to the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, all right? And they have now highlighted our entire area under a level 1 out of 5 risk for isolated strong to severe storms. And the threat breakdown really is going to be hail is going to be on the lower end of the echelon. We're thinking gusty winds and even an isolated tornado. So let's look and kind of get an idea of what's happening right now. There's the satellite and radar. And to that point, notice we are quiet in our area, right? You can see the rains moving in. I'll go to our first warning live Doppler radar. I just restarted the program, so it's going to probably take a few seconds. Well, see, Tampa, it's going to take it a few seconds to get the radar data. All right, we'll go back to the live radar. You can see the lightning strikes, though, out in the Gulf of Mexico. But as this line moves our direction, we're going to be tracking those showers and those thunder showers, right? So let's get an idea of the timing of this weather by looking at our 12-hour forecast. This morning, we're fine, but 10, 11, 12... there's the thunderstorm chances. I think lunchtime is probably going to be when we have the highest coverage of stormy weather around, right? And then it kind of drops off pretty quickly. The good news here is that as the rains move through, they will do so in a fairly quick manner. And then when it's done, it's done. Jay says, I like how it says isolated tornado. Thankfully, there will only be one. Look, I mean, I think that the idea here is that it's not a high threat of tornadoes. Matter of fact, when we kind of look at the threat breakdown, this is a product that gives you an idea of where we're probably going to see the biggest threats. So essentially, I-4 off to the west is where we're looking at the greatest threat for tornadoes, right? An isolated tornado. Whereas many of our areas at least have that risk for a damaging wind gust. Hail doesn't look to be a thing. We'll continue to monitor that, right? All right, so here's first warning live Doppler radar, and let me make a change. You see that stuff out in Lake County? Those are what is referred to as second trip echoes. I can fix that. Give it a second. Random phase. That should fix it. All right. So we'll just get the radar to sweep on through. All right. Yeah, perfect. So sweeping, and we'll kind of loop this, and you can see those showers moving away. This stuff in Lake County is not real. The stuff in Marion County is real. So let's just make sure as the radar sweeps, I just made that tweak. All right, cool. So let's just make sure that it cleans it up. All that stuff in Lake County should disappear. Goodbye. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, that stuff in Northern Lake County disappears. The stuff in Marion does not. Wait for it. Bye, Northern Marion County. Perfect. And that, my friends, is why knowing radar is important, right? Not only being able to discern what's real and what's not, but also able to fix it. So anyway, there's the radar loop, and you can see those showers starting to sneak into Marion County. We cleaned up the Lake County Fakakta stuff. All right, over to our Tampa radar, though. There are the storms that are moving our direction, and you can see, and again, because I just restarted the program, it still has to go buffer the older frames, so you'll see them come in. But you kind of see them pulsing up. Shelf waters are cooling, but they're still warm enough that we think that this line could bring us some potent storms. So it's definitely something that we're watching. So let's take you through time on Futurecast. All right, 11 o'clock this morning, a few showers in our area, right? And while we're talking, we've got our live radar system that we can pop up there in the corner. I ran it before I cleaned the whatchamajiggies, the second trips. So anyway, all right. So let's run this through time, though. All right. So Futurecast taking you 11 o'clock, starting to come in around Pinellas County, Hillsborough into the Nature Coast by about 11:30 through Marion County, 11:30. All right. 12 o'clock, we're getting into the villages. We're getting into Leesburg and Lake County, approaching Flagler. And then through time, there's 1:30, the Metro clearing into Brevard by 2:30, 3 o'clock. And once we're done, my friends, you can see how we are done. We are done. And things look excellent, right? We just have to deal with it. Now, that was a look at our Futurecast model. I would like to dial up the Her model. And if you're unfamiliar, on Coffee Talk, we take a bit of a deeper dive from time to time. There are two versions of the Her. There's the extended Her and the kind of shorter range Her. You know what? Let's look at the shorter range Her because we're inside of its window. Okay. All right. Give me a second to dial it up. Whatchamajiggy. Use that in 3 sentences today for certain. Yeah. All right. So here's the Her model. This is the standard kind of like updates every hour. High resolution rapid refresh, right? And 10, 11 o'clock getting those storms into Marion County. All right. I think that's probably pretty good dissertation as to what's going to happen. Jay says, deeper dive. I'm already studying second trip echoes and range folding. The sheer fact that I haven't mentioned range folding and you did says that you're doing a good job of studying. So I'll give you a bravissimo for that. All right. Anyway, back to the radar or the Futurecast full screen. 10:30, 11:30, 12 o'clock storms moving right through the villages. This really does line up, I think, with our Futurecast model, doesn't it? Yeah. So to that point, I like it. 1 p.m. storms through the metro. 1:30, 2 o'clock storms working into Brevard County. 3 o'clock storms moving off the shoreline of Brevard County. And look at that, by 4 o'clock. So the Her model and our model, it seems to all line up. So it just looks like, again, I like the idea of our forecast, and this is what Kellyanne had put together. I like this idea that we've got storms middle of the day, right? 10 to about 2. Gusty winds, the primary concern, with the idea of an isolated tornado possible. Can't rule it out. When we look at Futurecast, let's see here. Tornado threats. Just going to pull up a couple of different severe parameters, check it in, see what's doing. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty low. Just running through the products. Give me a few seconds. Don't judge me for analysis. Yeah, I mean, it's super low. Oh, there we go. No, actually, it's not as low as I thought. All right, there you go. So there you go. So as the line moves into the metro, that makes sense that the majority of the instability is going to be in our kind of metro and off to the west. So that actually does make sense. For storms, storm energy, let's look at the rotation. All right, so it's trying to show some opportunity, not a ton, but some opportunity, right? All right. So to that point, I think that the impact period of time is valid. All right. So does that make sense? All thanks to the cold front that you see there in the bottom left corner of your screen. Does that make sense? Yeah. Look at that. And it just updated, the bottom left corner updated to remove the second trip echoes. The radar nerd in me is appreciative of that. All right. So that's where we are today. Sound good? Let's move on. And let's get an idea of what's ahead, because this is a part of a cold front after all, and that cold front is going to drop the temperatures. So I'll move the box out here for a second. So 60% coverage of storms today, impact weather midday, okay? Then we look ahead to tomorrow, and it gets chilly. You ready for this? All right, let's talk temperatures, right? So what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be with you on West 2 News Sunrise, by the way. Here's a look at the Thursday morning temperatures, okay? 36 degrees in Ocala, 41 degrees in Leesburg, 37 to wake up tomorrow morning in Wildwood. Through the metro, it's the lower 40s. And even here along the East Coast, right? Like 41 in DeLand, 46 in Palm Coast, 43 Daytona Beach, and into the 50s back over to Titusville and Melbourne. So we are absolutely looking good. It's just going to be a little chilly. All right. Yeah. Good times. Chilly. Wrong spelling of chili. In at least in I don't know. I mean, Barb D'Souza wrote chili Chili. Like, yeah, this would dictate cooking said chili, but to that point, also Chilly would also work. Did I spell that one right? Y'all, I've been awake since like 2:30 this morning, so if I say something that's wrong, forgive me. I'm just trying to survive. Okay. Barb D'Souza says, chili calls for chili. That is correct. All right, so that's tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, 64 degrees our high temperature. 62 in DeLand, 62. So tomorrow afternoon is going to be chilly. So cook some chili. Tomorrow afternoon is looking very, very, very nice. Mickey's asking how fast is the temp dropping after the cold front today, trying to determine if it's a shorts day or a pants day. So I'm wearing shorts with the expectation of I'm going to be out during the day, but then tonight we'll be home. So there's the 12-hour forecast to kind of take you into tonight. So notice through the afternoon, temperatures stay warm, but dinner time, things start dropping like a rock. Notice partly cloudy skies for sunset, clearing skies for bedtime, right? Yeah. So you can see those temperatures dramatically dropping. All right. So there's kind of a look at our late day forecast. So to that point, I'm wearing shorts and I've got short sleeve shirt today. Today is the Wesh holiday party at the office. So I had to pull out the palm trees and Santa shirt. I don't get to wear this enough. Figured today would be a good day to do it, right? So there you go. All right. Then Friday. Listen, Friday. I'm going to say this over and over and over again, but Friday is going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. Central Floridians are going to come together for the 39th time to share your Christmas. It is our 39th annual Share Your Christmas Food and Fund Drive. I will be out at the Daytona International Speedway. We'll be live on TV starting at 6 a.m. All right, and I'll be there through about 1 p.m., I believe. Temperatures to wake up in the 50s, then climbing to the 60s and 70s. It's going to be gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I didn't do it last year, but I think this year I'll probably do a coffee talk. I'll just take my laptop and, and do the things. I'm going to do everything I can to have a great time with y'all, and we're going to try to do what we can to raise money for our friends and neighbors around. They need the help as much as they can. I was reading 1 in 4 families in Central Florida are food insecure. So to that point, we have got to come together, and I think that we can do just great things. So if you're able, buy an extra couple of items at the supermarket, or something to help each other out. Jeannie Rowan's asking, no drive-through. The drive-through is going to be people driving through at the Speedway. Barb, no drive-through at the Speedway. I'm going to be live with people at the Speedway. So to that point, whoever's at the Speedway will be the drive-through. It will be, I believe, near the ticketing office at the Speedway, if I recall. So that's where we'll be on Friday morning. All right. Mindy's asking, did we have a quick rain cloud already come through this morning? There have been some showers. You can see it in the bottom left corner, but I'll pop up the live radar, which is so nice having those second trips. Look at those second trips. Ugly, ugly, bomb, gone. Yeah, so we did have some showers earlier. You kind of see them exiting stage right, and then up here into Marion and Flagler, a couple other showers. But as we tap into our Tampa radar, you can see there are plenty of other storms out there that will be coming in shortly. Those are the storms. Yeah. Barb's asking, same as last year? Same-ish. I don't remember where we were last year. I'm so asleep. But yeah, so same-ish. Good morning, Coffee Talk. Dan says good morning. Cindy says it will be a literal drive-through this week. That's right. It will be a literal drive-through. We will be out at the Daytona International Speedway. People will be driving through. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. So please, if you have the ability to, please share your Christmas on Friday. All right? Sound good? All right. So for today, it's that wet weather, the threat for an isolated stronger storm. Not expecting it to be too strong, at least on a widespread level. But yeah, it's a little sporty, right? There it is in the bottom left corner, but I'll bring it full screen. There it is, right? It's some sporty weather, we'll say, but it's a cold front moving on in. All right. Mindy says, okay, love the live radar. Listen, I'm a nerd. I'm always going to love the live radar. Always will love it. I could just sit and stare at this thing for hours. I'm just looking. There's our velocity. There's our reflectivity. I could just look at it all day. But I'm a nerd. What do you want? So there's the line of storms coming on in. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Ah. Oh boy. Moist since Milton. Cindy, you and Taylor. Millie says the wind is definitely picking up here. Yeah, well, we're dropping hints of a change, right? Like let's just look at the dew points. And this is something I've not shown on TV, I don't think ever. But dew points are a direct measurement of moisture in the atmosphere. We're not quite to summer dew points, but dew points in the upper 60s, that is sticky. And then we look at the winds. And the winds right now around Central Florida, out of the south at 10, 15 miles an hour, there's definitely indications there. Yep. Barb says, share your Christmas with Wesh. Talk about a weather impact day. Listen, that's a day. I grew up watching Wesh and all the other stations in Central Florida. And so, like, to me, share your Christmas really is an honor to be a part of. So, yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, everybody's pretty windy. So expect those showers and storms. Right on. I learned something new recently. Radon increases when the barometric pressure drops. What's the application to that so that I can understand what you're saying? Solid 7. Speaking of hints, is a Mooney for Christmas happening? Do I have to commit to that? The answer is yes. It's been a couple of week process. Cindy, good morning, good morning, good morning. Denise is asking, did I miss your Christmas forecast? We issued our first early look a couple of weeks ago. This was kind of the idea here, was Christmas Eve, a storm system around. Cindy says, you might as well commit to it. All right, committed. There it is. Tiffany, then you need the sweater. I probably should go buy the sweater. Probably should go buy the sweater. Oh, well. All right. So anyway, Christmas Eve, storm system around, Christmas Day clearing out. That's at least the forecast we did a couple of weeks ago. I don't know that it fits in this stocking. What color is it? It's blue and it's white and it's beautiful. All right, let's look at the models here. Bup, 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 bup. Cindy, thank you. Will the dew points go down after the rain hits? I don't want to turn on the AC. Yes, the dew points absolutely will drop when the rain hits. And then there's this little thing here near Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands this weekend. Will be interesting. Will be really, really interesting to see. Could we get a little subtropical system forming out there? Recycle of Oscar, I think. Anyway, all right. Moving right along. There's the 17th, just kind of keeping low pressure around. There's another front. All right, getting into Christmas. So this is kind of, the GFS is adjusted Keeping high pressure. There's like a weak front there the day after Christmas now. So the GFS is a little less bullish with that. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But this is, we'll be changing and tracking and all that stuff. But the long range idea that we put out a few weeks ago is that there looks like there would be a storm system. If you don't have some kind of science related ugly sweater on Friday, I'll be very disappointed, very disappointed. So you know what? I don't have any science related ugly I don't have any ugly sweaters actually. Come to think of it. But there was one that I saw that I was targeted, and it was like, that's not very data driven of you. And I was like, I kind of love that sweater. I kind of love that sweater. So maybe one day I need to get a couple ugly sweat. I need to get the Mooney one. I need to get one that says, like, that's not very data driven of you. If you torture the data, you can get it to say whatever you want to say. I don't know. I need to, I don't have any ugly sweaters. So to that point, I probably need to up my game. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Amazon, don't worry. I need to look at that. I need to look at some ugly sweaters. Science nerd ugly sweater, Mooney ugly sweater. What else? I need to find. How quickly could I get this one? Ex- Standard. Oh, standard shipping. All right, I could get small. Okay. I'm looking online as we're talking. I'm like, I could get this sweater. All right. All right, I can do that. That's not very data driven of you, ugly sweater coming here. Oh, jeez. Isn't that funny though? Like I saw that and I was like, I saw an ad for one of those and it was like, that actually would be the perfect ugly sweater. Will the weather call for sweaters on Friday? You be the judge, Debbie. I get cold easily. So to me, yes. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. That's all you need. I still haven't seen Die Hard. Don't at me. Don't at me. I'm embarrassed. Okay, there Tiffany sending the yeah, that's the one. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy the Mooney sweater. I'll buy it today. I need to buy that. Do I need to get it in blue like the color? Is that what I need to do? Probably. Probably do. Yeah. Probably do. All right. Fine. Even your algorithm is nerdy. I know, right? Taylor says, and you haven't seen Groundhog Day either. I know. I know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I feel so judged. I'll be wearing some sort of a sweater though. You and the cameras yesterday, funny. What cameras? What are we talking about? What did I do? Did I do something? If you don't like action movies, you don't like. I mean, who doesn't like action movies? Yeah. Taylor says I'm judging. And suddenly my friendship with Eric has ended. Sends John McClane in angrily to fix the problem. I'm assuming John McClane is probably Bruce Willis's character's name. I feel like. Uh, Listen, we don't judge until it comes to Die Hard. Then we judge. Tim, you've been judged by hundreds of people, probably thousands of people. Probably many, many more over the course of my lifetime. Diane says, you also haven't seen Mary Poppins. Yes, we're judging. Probably an appropriate judge. Probably appropriate. Wait, you've never seen Groundhog Day? Even Fran's coming in hot. I know, you guys. I'm sorry. Try. I'm not perfect, okay? Ah. Oh, well. And I tell you the weather. And this is the way our relationship works. We're not perfect, but we try to be. That's all. For a guy that likes musicals, I'm surprised you haven't seen Mary Poppins. I know. I know. I do. It's probably the same reason I have no interest in seeing Wicked. I just opened up that can. Do you own a TV? I own a bunch of TVs, but they're on Bluey or Disney Junior basically all the time. And if I can pry the remote away, I put on Wesh 2 News because I'm a flippin' nerd. But you've seen Revenge of the Nerds. I live Revenge of the Nerds. Did you see Twisters without us? I haven't seen Twisters yet. No. Brian says I have to go to the Speedway Thursday afternoon. We'll try and make it over on Friday. Would love to see you, Brian. We'll show you the Mooney pictures. Barb says you have homework. Does anyone else think the new Star Wars series is a play on Peter Pan? I haven't seen the new ones yet. Bluey is pretty great, Claire. But it's all we have on. Like this morning, when my son woke me up at 2:30 and then ended up by 3:30, we ended up staying awake. I had Bluey on the TV by like 4:15. Oh well. Yeah, I just haven't seen Twisters yet. I will at some point. Yeah. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, friends? Vanessa's asking, can you show Futurecast one more time? Yeah, I'm going to show, instead of our Futurecast, I actually kind of like the her model a little bit better for today. I just think for a convective allowing model, it's doing a better job. So here's the her for today. Bluey on one TV, Coco Melon on the other. I have zero desire to ever watch Coco Melon. Zero desire. And I've seen both Miracle on 34th Streets. They're great. I like the newer one better. Don't judge me. All right, so 10 a.m., storms arriving. 11 o'clock getting closer. There's the line of storms coming in around lunchtime in our northwestern areas. Kellyanne has already voiced her disdain for this. Tony and I, at least, will be at the station enjoying lunch. Poor Kellyanne. We'll bring her a plate from the other studio. It's the Christmas party today. 1 o'clock, storms through the metro. 2 o'clock, moving out east. And then by 3 o'clock, storms clearing Brevard County, etc., etc., etc. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But again, all that to say that we've got some weather that will be impactful midday. That's why we're calling it impact weather. Victoria said, I love this. Victoria said, I saw a shirt that says, if we have data, let's look at the data. If all we have are opinions, let's go with mine. I love that. I love that. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything, my friends? Betty says, looks like not much rain. I don't think we're going to be talking about a ton of rain. If we look at, hold on. Here's our Futurecast rainfall product. I mean, it's showing isolated areas of a half of an inch to an inch. Otherwise, half of an inch of rain or less. And so, yeah, not a ton. But at the same point in time, it's been a while since we've seen a ton of rain. Oh my God. Jessica says, Eric's shirt should say, love it when you do it right. Her. I'm dead. I can't even. Oh boy. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jessica. You win the day. All right. That's all I got. I feel like my eyes look terrible. I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. All right, friends. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you. I'm on Sunrise tomorrow. I think sunrise and noon in the studio. And then I am Share Your Christmas mode on Friday. And then sunrise Saturday, sunrise Sunday, nightside Monday, nightside Tuesday. It's chaos, baby. All right. All right, listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'll see you all.